Hey Sagittarius, I hope you all are doing well. This is going to be a general reading for the next 6 days. So this is for September 25th through the 30th for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Now, if you have other mutable signs in those placements or cardinal signs, so that is Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, and Aries, as well as Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo. All of those signs, if you've got them anywhere in Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter placements, you'll have a reading that I've done today or yesterday. Also, generals go up with each set of signs. Fixed signs and a general will be tomorrow. So if you're interested, you can find those on my channel. But we're going to start with a smoke reading here, Sagittarius, in honor of Libra season, okay? In honor of Libra season, we're going to be working with the energy of air. I've got the window open. We're going to see how the smoke interacts here and what messages come through for you. And then we'll get into the tarot. I do have personals open right now for anybody who might be interested. Details are down below in the description box. Let's see what we have here for you. A J or an H name might be important to someone here. Now, mind you, this could be the name of a company. This could be the name of a state. Could be a person as well, though, for some of you. I feel like there is an air sign here that's curious about you. There are thin wisps kind of circling over this way. I feel like there's indecision about you. The letter S might be important to someone here as well, or T. I feel like for someone here, that could be the beginning of a name and the end, like a Scott or something of that nature here. Just giving an example. That almost looks like a bearded face. It's weird. There's like a logo that that it kind of reminds me of. It's like a blank bearded face. I can't think of the brand, but yeah, I feel like there could be a bearded man here about mid-height. I don't feel like this person's like super tall, but maybe not super short. I feel like there's a person who's curious about you. Now, this may not be a romantic interest. It could actually be somebody that you used to work for some of you here, Sagittarius. Or maybe you used to work with them. I feel like work might play a role in either the way that you met or the reason for your falling out. So there's something about that here where I feel like they're curious about you and what you're doing. If you're currently involved with whoever this is, I do feel like they could be hiding. I feel like they could be avoiding something here. There's something about that, or there's something that they might be keeping from you out of fear of judgment. That could definitely be the case here as well. There's more energy coming through here in regards to something that is like stagnant. You know, it's something that is not really moving in one direction or another. It kind of feels like you've been waiting for elevation, but it's not happened. It's not happened, Sagittarius, and I feel like you're getting bored of this. It seems like there's earth energy here. So I do wonder if, there's something about this that makes me feel like there could be an earth sign who feels like you might see your worth. This could be a boss who feels like they should be giving you more, but they're not. They're not quite doing that yet. The letter D or R could be significant to somebody here. Somebody might drive a truck, or they're a traveler. Maybe they drive a truck for a living, or there's something about that here where they, and maybe the truck is symbolic of something here. Maybe they could carry more than they're letting on. Like, I don't really have time for this. I don't have time for that, blah, blah, blah. I don't have the emotional bandwidth for a relationship or commitment, whatever the case may be. I feel like for some of you, this person, they can carry more than they're letting on. That's the energy that I get here. Or they can give more than they're letting on. Some of you, the east or the southeast could be significant. If this person's not a traveler, or if they don't like travel for work, I feel like a move might have affected the connection. Some of you, there's a pet coming through in the spirit of another. If you've had a pet who has passed on and you've gotten a new one, I feel like they could be coming through in like certain mannerisms. Is that even the right word for like a cat or a dog or something? I don't know. But, certain things that they do might remind you of the other. I feel like they are connected in some way. Yeah, it's pure comfort. Wow. There's like 4 different streams of smoke and they're all connecting. That is very interesting to me. Some of you, your guides are closer than usual. And the smoke is curving. I feel like this is signaling an unexpected turn here for some of you. There's a settlement or a financial lump or a bonus of some sort. I feel like it's expansion, because when it turned, it kind of rippled outward. So I feel like whatever this turn is, it leads to expansion here, Sagittarius. These separate streams are all so interesting to me. The letter O might be important to someone here. But I do feel like that could be more symbolic of a cycle, you know, a circle, you know, something that keeps happening here. It keeps happening over and over until it's mastered is kind of the energy that I get here, until that circle breaks. So yeah, some of you, maybe you're cutting ties with someone, or it's time to cut ties with a Joseph, a Stephen, you know, a Scott. There's something about that here. Let's see what we have. And you know, that's not to say that everyone watching is romantically involved with males, but when it comes to that energy, those names that are coming through, that could be confirmation for anyone when it comes to, like, say for example, a job. You know, maybe like there's a boss or a coworker that's kind of affecting the way things are, the way that things have been, right? So that could definitely be a symbol in any aspect of life. It doesn't just have to be romantic. But we're getting into the tarot now, Sagittarius, seeing what's coming through for you here with the tarot. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the 7 of Wands. Some of you could be a life path 7. You don't necessarily have to be. We have Temperance. That is your card. Somebody here might be becoming more environmentally friendly, more environmentally conscious. We have the 2 of Cups underneath that. Harmony coming within a connection here. Could be with a fellow Sagittarius or potentially with a Cancerian. The World, fixed energy, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo. And then we've got the Magician, Virgo and Gemini energy. Got quite a bit of majors out here, quite a bit. 4 of Swords is your overall. It says self-care. Somebody here could be really into makeup or self-care at this time. Makeup's not just like... Makeup's not necessarily associated with self-care, but it could be comfort for someone here. But it's not just about that either. It could have to do with routines and habits and things of that nature. Maybe you're changing things up. We are going to be clarifying with the Universal Rider-Waite. I believe that's what we're using here. But I want to get into the 7 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. I feel like some of you are definitely setting a clear boundary with someone here, okay? It says acting shady, then it says sorry, not sorry. I feel like a lot of you are unapologetically blocking someone. This air sign or this Leo, whoever this is, I feel like you really need to draw a line here, because you're realizing this person is not being, they're not sparing your feelings, so why should you spare theirs, right? And that's the energy that I feel here. And 4 of Swords, I feel like you're doing this to protect your peace. I really do, you know? And when it comes to the 4 of Swords being the overall energy as it pertains to Temperance, that's peace, harmony, and balance coming through again. So I feel like a lot of you, this is like almost creepy confirmation that you need to cut something out. It's coming through in almost every single card, right? You've got the 2 of Cups here. It's like there's something better up ahead for you. There's something more fair, more balanced, somebody who's more transparent about how it is that they feel. This is heart-to-heart energy right here. And I feel like this only happens once you cut out this shady energy, and once you stop feeling so bad about it. The World is showing up, and the Magician. This is like a chapter closing and new one's beginning, right? You're stepping out of one world into another. You have the Magician showing up here. This is the things that you've been manifesting coming down to earth. Somebody here could work in tech. Some of you, maybe you need to prioritize, and I'm sorry it's coming through in this way, but somebody here might need to prioritize daytime dates. Like if you're dating and somebody's just wanting to see you at 10 p.m. and it's, you know, I feel like some of you, you know the vibe, you're old enough to know the vibe, right? So maybe it's like a brunch that you need to do, or, you know, something like that here for some of you. I'm telling you, I feel like that could make a world of difference in weeding out people's intentions. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel like that needed to come through for someone. Let's see what we have here in the main spread. I'm sorry, in the clarification of the main spread is what I should say. What's happening here for Sagittarius? What's happening here based on this energy that we're seeing for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placement, September 25th through the 30th. Strength is showing up, Leo energy. I feel like the next 6 days it's going to be crazy. I feel like this is really going to test your, I really don't want to say a test of your strength, but it kind of feels more like a test of your your discipline, your commitment to self, because it does seem like there's someone that may be trying to, I don't want to say trying to guilt trip you, but they're like, oh, it just kind of sucks that, you know, you don't want to speak anymore, or that you don't want to, you know, do this with me or meet me here, blah, 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 right? It's giving me that kind of energy here, Sagittarius, and you're like, well, you know, you kind of brought this on yourself. And I feel like this sorry, not sorry energy is honestly what Spirit's wanting you to step into, because they weren't sorry, right? They weren't sorry when they were dragging you along, whatever was going on here. Like, this is just feeling very much like somebody knowing your heart and knowing how to pull on your heartstrings here, knowing how to get you. The High Priestess, Pisces energy. I also feel like there's a lot that's been kept here in that situation. It really seems to me like a person has taken advantage of your kindness or your patience, and it's, you know, it feels like it's time. Could be a Pisces or a Leo, but it's time to really draw those lines and say, no, I'm not going to put myself through this again, you know. And that could be a friend, a family member. It doesn't have to be a romantic interest. It could be a family member who's like, hey, you know, could you loan me this? And you're like, no, I told you last time it took you 7 months, you know, and you didn't even give me all of that back, right? So it's something like that here where, you know, you're really having to draw a line here. What's going on with Temperance and the Two of Cups, please, for Sagittarius? Ten of Swords. I also feel like you've seen something here, too. We got Gemini energy coming through. I don't know why that Two of Cups, while it can be a connection, it also feels like you've come face to face with a truth. That's kind of crazy how that's coming through. It's going to sound wonky to some of you, but you've seen the truth in another realm, right? Maybe this has been some sort of message that's coming through a dream. Even if it's very subtle, I feel like it is serving as confirmation that Ten of Swords needs to happen, and ending needs to happen here. Six of Wands, in order for you to get your blessings. Some of you are tied to a very low vibrational energy, and I feel like it could definitely be blocking your blessings here. This Six of Wands coming up, that's something to celebrate. I feel like Spirit's trying to push you into a new chapter, but there's something to let go of first. What's crazy for some of you, if this has to do with a romantic situation, what is absolutely insane is that for a lot of you, you didn't even love this person. I feel like this has to do with how they made you feel about yourself. Some of you, maybe you were never even committed to this person. It was just like a talking thing, you know, just like I like you, I'd like to see where it goes, but it doesn't go anywhere, right? And for some of you, that really hurt your pride, hurt your ego. And I think that some of you, maybe you wanted this connection to work really badly to kind of prove something to yourself. So yeah, there's something about that here where I feel like a lot of healing is about to be done. There's a big breakthrough in healing coming, but I do think that you're kind of seeing a truth in another way, and it's being confirmed in reality, if that makes sense. So something comes through in a dream, and then you're seeing how it's connected to something in reality. You got the World showing up. That's what I said. It's like, it's almost creepy here. I do think that for some of you, that High Priestess energy is about how intuitive you are. It's about this confirmation coming through. You have the World showing up again. So that's twice here. That's twice, right? I told you it's going to be crazy. You have this red infinity symbol on the wreath here. This is something that changes the course of your path forever. Some of you Sagittarius, I wouldn't doubt it if a big blessing comes through right after this ending takes place. Right after you draw that line, you say no more. That World card showing up here, you hit some sort of goal, you know, you get some sort of news that might end in like a meeting, for example, where you're signing some sort of documentation that leads you to a new place or a new job. I'm telling you, like, because the World often comes through when you're signing leases, contracts, commitments, things of that nature. So it's really interesting, and the Magician showing up might even suggest that it's something that you have been manifesting for quite some time, but it's not really ever come through. But now that you've had this ending, the World is completion, Knight of Wands, it speeds up. You know, now that you've gotten rid of somebody who is dead weight and they weren't really ever going to step up to the plate, someone comes rushing in who's serious and wants the same things as you, right? So it's pretty crazy energy here. You got Pisces, you got Leo, you got Sagittarius, you've got fixed energies, but yeah, a lot of different signs out here. Don't forget that if you do have mutable signs anywhere else in your chart, like Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter placements, or Cardinal, those signs are posted either today or yesterday, and there's a general going up with each set of signs, including the fixed ones that'll be up tomorrow. But if this is where we part, Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.